By doing a side project, you can go and put out there the type of work you'd love to be doing and attract people to you. It's not like one of those things where you're just like, okay, now it's time to do a side project. It's like, all right, what am I interested in? Like, what am I inspired by? I did a project inspired by chat roulette, which was really popular like 5 years ago. And I just saw that like the whole thing with chat roulette was that people were getting naked on it, which, you know, isn't the classiest thing. But then I thought, oh, if people are going to get naked on chat roulette, maybe I should use them as nude models to draw. And so then I just went and screen grabbed a bunch of naked people in chat roulette and did drawings on them. So it was like, you need to find some inspiration first in something that you're either, you can look at in a different way or be inspired by, or you're like, oh, wouldn't it be funny if? So I think you just kind of need to see what moves you and allow yourself to be open to that. If you see something that is ridiculous or funny or current, yeah, absolutely tap into pop culture. It's what people are obsessed with. It's what people are sharing online. So if you have a favorite TV show, you can make something about that and put it out there. It's like people are already out there talking about these things, and if you can come up with a really fun insight about this and your own point of view on it and insert it into the conversation, then it has some, maybe a little bit more likelihood to be able to be picked up and be passed around. And I think the biggest thing when you're doing a side project is do something that you're passionate about, and the likelihood that other people are passionate about it too is a lot higher. So.
Well, also that's the difference between a hobby and a side project. So a hobby you're doing maybe for yourself, and a side project, you said it's like a gift to the internet.
Yeah.
So you also want to create things that you know or you hope that has value for other people. So pop culture is sort of that, that medium ground.
This guy, a member of the site, illustrator Daniel Nairi, and he is obsessed with soccer, and I know he's obsessed with soccer because all of his illustrations are about soccer, or I think he's from Europe, so football, and now he's getting hired by ESPN and by Nike and by all of these brands to do illustrations about soccer. So he's soccer obsessed. He started putting work out there that was solely focused on soccer, and he was doing it because that's, he loved the teams and the players and all that, and now he's getting tons of work all focused on soccer. And it's like, that's like a perfect example of, he just did something because he was really passionate about it, and now he's getting to work on it and get paid to do it. There's so many tools out there to be able to make a quick, simple website, whether it's Tumblr or WordPress or Squarespace or whatever, and you can just put it out there. Lauren Home was student at SVA. She started a project called Daily Dishonesty. So she would draw and beautifully letter phrases that you kind of, little lies you tell yourself every day.
Yes.
So it's like, I'm never drinking tequila again. It's not you, it's me.
I mean, every single one you're like, ugh, you too?
Yeah. It's totally true. And
actually, no, that's what I love about her project is everybody can feel connected to it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you see yourself in it, and it kind of it endears it to you.
Yeah, and the great thing about her was she actually went to school for advertising, and so she was an advertising art director, got a job at a big New York ad agency, and she was doing this project on the side, and she really loved lettering. And about 6 or 8 months into her full-time job, she got so much recognition for this project that she quit her full-time job and just focused on being a letterer. And so she pursued that project. She ended up getting a book deal for Daily Dishonesty as a coffee table book, and now she's a full-time professional letterer. We hear from our members themselves that they're getting so much work just from their Instagram feeds. So like David Schwen is an amazing designer and animator in Minneapolis, and he does these really beautifully charming short little animations on Instagram, and he started getting project work from Target and from Twitter, and is now getting hired just because people discovered him on Instagram, and people are building these huge social followings and getting work specifically from people who discovered them on there. And that's a way we find a lot of times we find talent just through Instagram or Tumblr or Twitter, just people that are doing interesting things, and you come across them and you're like, oh wow, I want to collaborate with them, or I want to hire them. And I think that's happening more and more now, especially with Instagram and Pinterest.